is available, as Beth Cunningham said on the pregame interview, but just not starting today. All right, it'll be Q and Tiffany Green to jump center, and we're just about ready for the tip-off of today's game. Ball's in the air, and Q wins the tap back to Jennifer Lane. Rams have the possession going right to left on your computer screen. Here's D. Moss, open for three, way off the mark. No good. Rebound Nuzzo for Old Dominion. Hustles it down the floor. Pass into the front court to Canaday. Canaday out to Green. Free throw line jumper off the front rim. No good. Rebound Jennifer Lane for the Rams. Jennifer hustles it into the front court. One-on-one against Nuzzo. Ball knocked away and out of bounds. The name that you're missing today for Old Dominion, Jasmine Walters, as Q is hobbling coming across the half-court line. That's not good. Q's been struggling with a hip flexor injury for the last couple of weeks. Has kind of limited her ability in practice and hadn't really affected her in games very much, but she hadn't been able to practice at full strength. Q down low from Lane, missed the layup, ball knocked out of bounds off of VCU. So Old Dominion playing without their starting point guard, Jasmine Walters, who broke her fibula in the loss at home against James Madison last Sunday afternoon, and she's kind of the spark plug that makes this team go. So the Monarchs not at full strength today, but they do have 24 Jessica Canaday back, who did not play in the Monarchs win over VCU in Norfolk last month. Monarchs turn it over. Rorie to Moss, free throw line, jumper up, good. Deandra Moss with the first basket of the game for the Rams, 2-0 VCU. Nuzzo into the front court, guarded by Lane. Nuzzo on the dribble out front. She's a senior, a lot of experience. Moss reaches in and comes up with a steal. 3-0 break for VCU. Rorie drives and lays it up and in. Timeout Old Dominion. So just like that, the Rams open it up 4-0 to start the game. Wendy Larry doesn't like what she sees and calls a 30-second timeout to try to settle her club down. In the first game down in Norfolk, it was tied at 33 at the half, and the Rams came out strong in the second half of that ball game. Had an 8-point lead with just over 4 minutes to go and just couldn't hold on. Rams had a hard time keeping Old Dominion off the offensive glass. Green had 15 for the Monarchs in that game. Walters and Jasmine Parker each had 11 for VCU. Balanced scoring. Moss led the way with 15. Q had 18. Moss had 15, 12 for Waller, and 10 for Jennifer Lane in the ball game at Old Dominion. All right, just about ready to resume play. And it looks like we got some confetti out on the floor from the dance team's pom-poms. So they're trying to get that off the floor right now. Old Dominion only had 8 players out in warm-ups. Besides Walters, Shadeja Green, who started the game down in Norfolk last month against VCU, is academically ineligible. So Wendy Larry pretty short-handed today. They pulled the red shirt off of one of their freshmen, number 13, Princess Tate Dublin. Freshman 5'10" guard from Suitland, Maryland, played in her first game of the season on Thursday night at Georgia State. They just don't have enough bodies. They only have 3 players dressed on the bench. So Old Dominion short-handed today, but nevertheless, VCU has their share of injuries as well, as Nuzzo has the ball taken away at midcourt. Lane to Rorie, and Latavia walked. So Old Dominion clearly having trouble handling the ball right now against the VCU pressure. That's already the 3rd turnover of the first half, and we've only played 90 seconds. Nuzzo at the point, switch on the screen, out to Canaday, down low to Green, got away from Moss and missed the layup. Green got her own rebound, had it knocked away, Bakvarova comes down with it for the Rams. Green is just a monster inside on the boards. Lane to Rorie. Keita Waller in the game now for VCU, replacing Q, who went to the bench with that hip flexor injury. Trainer over there talking to Q right now on the VCU bench. Ball went out of bounds off of Old Dominion. So the Rams will inbound right in front of the Monarchs bench on the far side into Bakvarova. Back to Rorie. Rorie out front to Lane, and Jennifer will set up the offense. Lane on the dribble at the three-point line to Rorie. Corner to Bakvarova. Back out front to Jennifer. Into the paint. Shot clock to 4. Lane drives, puts it up off the back iron. No good. Rebound Monarchs. Parker has it down the floor to Nuzzo. Nuzzo on the dribble, drives into the paint to Green, out to Parker. Thought about the tray, didn't take it. Parker drives, throws up an air ball. Rebound Moss for the Rams. Outlet to Lane. Lane hustles it into the front court. Lane to Moss, fakes the 3 and traveled. She thought about the 3 and chose not to take it and instead took steps. So the Rams turn it over. But they're pitching a shutout so far. 4-0 VCU. We've played 2.5 minutes. Old Dominion will have the inbound on the near side. Number 24, Kennedy, into Nuzzo. Walters, their point guard, is a senior. They say she may be back after a month, but I can't see somebody coming back from a broken fibula after only 1 month. Tiffany Green with the first basket of the game for the Monarchs. 4-2 VCU. Old Dominion going to drop back into a zone defense. You don't see that very often from the Monarchs. They typically play man-to-man, but since they're short-handed with only 8 players dressed, apparently we're going to see some zone today. But the Rams have seen a lot of zone the last couple of weeks. Rorie has it knocked away. Ball loose on the floor. Lane comes up with it in the corner. Shot clock to 5. Lane lost it. 25-footer by Rorie. Air ball out of bounds. Basically a shot clock violation. Rams just couldn't get their offense in gear in that possession. So that basically is a turnover. Both teams sloppy here in the early going. Nuzzo to Parker. Parker guarded by Rorie, drives right by her into the paint, and she travels. Good help defense by Deandra Moss to come over as Parker blew right by Rorie into the paint. Moss came over and forced the travel. Substitution for Old Dominion, number 13, Princess Tate Dublin. Freshman replacing Jasmine Parker. Tate Dublin seeing her second action of the season after having the red shirt taken off of her Thursday night at Georgia State. Here's Rorie out to Lane. Rams trying to solve this 2-3 zone. Lane to Bakvarova. Radislava pull-up jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound Tiffany Green. As long as Green is in the game, the Rams are going to have trouble getting second chance points. She is a imposing young lady out there. Number 45 is Green for Old Dominion. Here's the ball knocked away and stolen by Rorie. Rams doing a good job of forcing turnovers. Need to take advantage of them. Here's Jennifer Lane. Drives all the way to the basket. Throws it up off the glass. And no good. Nothing but glass. Rebound Tiffany Green to Buchan. Buchan picks up the dribble in front. Out front. Gets it out to Nuzzo. Rams just 2 of 8 from the field in the early going. Old Dominion just 1 out of 4. Nuzzo drives at the three-point line, kicks it out to Kennedy for 3, no good. Kennedy follows her shot, throws it up, no good. Rebound Buchan, put back up, no good. Ball being batted around like a volleyball, and the Rams finally come up with it. Old Dominion got 3 shots at it. Fortunately for VCU, they couldn't get one of them to fall. Rorie in the front court to Bakvarova. Out to Jennifer Lane, to Waller. Rams work it around the perimeter, trying to find a hole in this 2-3 zone. Not sure Beth Cunningham was expecting this, although they have seen a lot of zone lately. Rorie misses the jumper. Rebound Old Dominion. Rams are cold to start the game. Nuzzo drives all the way to the basket and lays it up and in. Nuzzo ties it at 4. Lane on the dribble on the far side. Old Dominion knows where the Rams shooters are in this zone. Lane gets a screen from Moss into the corner to Bakvarova. Out front to Waller, to Lane. They're packing in the zone below the three-point line, and Moss gets open underneath and missed a wide open layup. Boy, that's a tough break there. Deandra Moss wide open, couldn't get the layup to go. They're packing the 2-3 zone below the free throw line, basically daring the Rams to shoot the 3. Buchan falls down and travels, and we have a timeout on the floor. 14-13 to play in a slow start. Rams 4, Old Dominion 4. I'll take a break and come back after this message on the VCU Sports Network.
Receive a free hot dog, chips, and Rest of the game, courtside.
This is Rams Radio.
Ram fans, how do you celebrate another VCU victory? How about with a delicious juicy steak, a great salad, or a sandwich while watching your game on one of 30 flat panel plasma TVs at Shula's 2 inside the Sheraton Richmond West Hotel. Shula's 2 will always deliver the best in Angus beef steak served exactly the way you want it. Or you can try their fresh seafood or one of their world-famous salads. Plus, the dining room at Shula's 2 is a great place for your business luncheon or to rent for the ultimate sports party. Shula's 2 inside the Sheraton Richmond West or online at donshula.com.
All right, Dave Wainwright back with you live courtside. Stuart C. Siegel Center as VCU taking on Old Dominion. Super Bowl Sunday today here at home. Rams coming off an impressive 75-62 win over William and Mary, a 75-61 win over William & Mary on the road on Thursday night. Balanced scoring for VCU in that game, as Q led the way with 16 points. She also had 6 rebounds. Bakvarova and Moss chipped in with 14, and Latavia Rorie scored 11. And Jennifer Lane had 9 points. The other noteworthy stat in that game, freshman Courtney Hurt had 6 points and 10 rebounds Thursday night in just 9 minutes of playing time. So talk about maximizing the most of your opportunity. Hurt with 10 boards to lead VCU in just 9 minutes of action in the win at William & Mary on Thursday. Jessica Taylor into the ball game for the first time for VCU, number 23, sophomore out of Woodbridge, and Q is also back in the lineup for VCU. Jennifer Lane with the ball out front to Taylor. Taylor to Bakvarova, trying to get it inside and throws it out of bounds. I'm not sure if it was intended for Q or for Waller, as Waller was on the backside. Q never went for the ball, and the Rams turn it over for the 3rd time in the first half. Number 2, Jasmine Parker, back in the game for Old Dominion, replacing Nuzzo. Also in for the first time for the Monarchs, number 25, Sierra Little. Here's Parker out front to Little. Little looking, hands it off to Parker, drives, kicks it to Tate Dublin. 3-pointer off the rim, no good, and out of bounds. It'll be VCU ball. So both teams ice cold from the field to start the game. Rams 2 for 10 and Old Dominion 2 for 8. Not like the start we had down in Norfolk last month. Or rather, yeah, it was last month, January 5th. I forgot we're into a new month. It is February. Doesn't seem like it outside. Bakvarova, baseline jumper, air ball. Rebound Tate Dublin for Old Dominion. Rams are not getting any second shot opportunities. Buchan drives baseline, throws it away. Keita Waller comes up with the steal. Old Dominion not the same team without Jasmine Walters, their spunky little point guard. Lane throws the ball away. My goodness, just a host of turnovers here in the first 7 minutes. Here's Parker, drives, cut off by Waller, and the ball goes out of bounds off of VCU. Into the ball game for Old Dominion for the first time, number 11, Margaret Harvey, replacing Mary Buchan. Number 1, Jennifer Lane, goes to the bench for VCU. She's replaced by number 3, Ebony Patterson. Parker into Green. She missed the layup. Green got it back. Green kicks it out to Parker, drives baseline, jump shot up, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Jessica Taylor for the Rams. Into the front court, 12:30 to play in a low-scoring first half, tied at 4, and Bakvarova loses the ball out of bounds. Wow, the Rams are tight, no doubt about it. Rams playing in front of their biggest home crowd of the season, and VCU has come out really tight here in the first 7.5 minutes. Tate Dublin goes out for Old Dominion, and Nuzzo comes right back in to run the point for the Monarchs. Guarded man-to-man by Patterson. High post pass to Parker, guarded by Rorie. Parker drives baseline, gets cut off. Out to Nuzzo for 3, no good. Rebound Sierra Little for the Monarchs, put back up, no good, but she draws the foul. Foul's on Waller. That is